Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 5, I believe, with our deck, with our blue-red artifact deck. Yes, we're going to keep this. It's got Quickens, Divinations. We're on the draw. Yes, we're in pretty bad shape against any sort of aggressive deck. It's going to be Llanowar Waste, Elvish Mystic. Probably going to be the Jund Planeswalkers. I did want to see this matchup. I do feel pretty confident about this matchup. I think we will just first turn shock this off. There's not much better targets for it. Slows him down. He's not going to have a turn 2 Courser here, which is pretty big. Courser does dodge a lot of stuff that this deck. That's one of the reasons why I do like. Yeah, it's going to be Jund Planeswalker. So absolutely looking forward to this match. Again, I want to showcase another aggro matchup because this deck will just manhandle aggro decks. But unfortunately, those two matchups were just not very good on the draws, and the mulligans were just terrible. So anyway, we'll put this on the bottom. We'll concentrate on this game here. Mortars is awesome here because it allows us to actually kill the Courser he's going to put out this turn, or a Caryatid. So what we need to do is we need to overload, and it wipes his board. Mizzium Mortars is so good in this matchup. So he could Nisa next turn, so we're going to keep up the Izzet Charm. So I'm just going to Darksteel Citadel. And if not, we can Quicken Mizzium Mortars if he puts out a Courser. So there's the Courser. And he finds a Chandra on top, which is going to give him another life. And I highly doubt he scries away a Chandra. And Chandra's going to be difficult because Izzet Charm's not the greatest versus a Chandra. And he does keep it on top. Now I can wait to overload this Mizzium Mortars and just be a huge blowout. But Courser tends to... Well, you know, I think I can give it one more turn. No, I can't, because I'm going to want to Izzet, maybe even double Izzet Charm next turn. So he 4, and if he plays a land, you know what? We're going to Quicken. And get rid of the Courser. So I do know that Chandra's on top. Hopefully he doesn't have a land that comes into play. Then we can Izzet Charm. Unfortunately, we can't Divination this turn because we need to keep up mana to kill that Chandra. But we can Ratchet Bomb, which I do believe is fine. Again, Ratchet Bomb is something that it's non-land, so it doesn't actually work against Nisa, but it kills Xenagos tokens. And this is awesome. He doesn't decide to, if he had a land, he didn't decide to use it. So we can actually just counter it. So far so good. Shutting him down pretty well. Didn't have the land anyway. I do believe we want to hit a land for sure. And I will put a charge counter on this. I probably will stick it at 2. There's our island. That's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and Divination. Get us some card advantage back. Ugh. Don't like to see those lands. But we'll keep them in our hand in case we want to actually get rid of them with Izzet Charm. Well, if I was him, I'd be getting very frustrated at this point. As we'll just counter this as well. Gets worse post-sideboard when the negates come in. There's an Ingot. That's a bad card too. I'm going to actually kill off the Caryatid. I'm going to keep these lands in our deck just in case. I think I can safely play one more. But I'm just dead to a Nissa now. Again, this is the problem with just getting outdrawn later when we don't have an early threat. Like, a Tempo deck needs to put out a threat. And yeah, Nissa just wrecks me here if it's a Nissa. Well, Rakdos' return is fine. Why'd he keep up one? Maybe he's got a Mystic in his hand. Do you know what? The Citadel, Ignite are the same thing. Actually, Signet, this is non-land. Non-land can't be Abrupt Decayed. Or land can't be Abrupt Decayed. So I think Darksteel Citadel is a little bit better. So we're actually going to kill the Ignite. And we just lose a Shivan Rift. And this is really going to be down to, like, top deck mode right now. I think that he probably just, I don't know why he wouldn't spend that extra mana. 2 cards in, I have no clue what they are. This is perfect. Alright, if this should get the job done. This is exactly why I wanted it on the Citadel instead of the Ignite, so you can't Abrupt Decay it. But you can still Abrupt Decay the Ensoul Artifact, though. The actual enchantment. But he's now on a 2-turn clock. He's got to answer this immediately. Nissa's got to go on the defensive. He doesn't have anything. Elixir of Immortality's not that great. Shovels back everything in. And he does Abrupt Decay the Ensoul Artifact, but we don't get 2 for 1. I will play the Elixir of Immortality. He's still 2 Shrapnel Blasts away from dying, and we'll actually use the Elixir into turn. But, I mean, we're just a few top decks away from completely getting destroyed as well. That's going to get him life. That was a great draw. Mizzium Mortars is dead, though. And now, instead of 2 Shrapnel Blasts or 2 Ensoul, well, we play it just because of Rakdos' return. That's not a good draw. Well, actually, I shouldn't have played it there. He's finding lands off the top for sure. Just a matter of time before he gets that Planeswalker. And that is no bueno. Caryatid, he'll have Mizzium Mortars. That's a nice draw. Always nice to see divinations. And it's actually pretty bad. For a Mizzium Mortar target. But it's better than nothing. It's better than getting... At least we get it out of his hand. Reaper's also going to be a difficult card for us to deal with as a 4/5. Reaper's very difficult. See, he will Mortars here on the Angel. Yep. At least that gets it out of the way. Again, I really feel like this deck needs a Keranos. Just some sort of finisher that just isn't so vulnerable. Another Darksteel Citadel. Again, we will just keep it in our hand. Gives us something to do with our whatchamacallit. Our Izzet Charm. Again, post sideboard though, so good against this deck. I'm not sure if Angers probably do go out. They do kill Sylvan Caryatids though. See, at this point though, an overloaded Mizzium Mortars can actually kill his Reaper as well. He can give it, what, hexproof for 2? And he's got plenty of mana for that. And then it scries away. Yeah, that's a very good draw. That can get us up there. I don't know if in time. But I think I'm just going to die. It's a few turns clock here with the Reaper and the Courser. And the Courser's been giving him so much life that I can't even top out of this. Ornithopter is going to block for 1 turn. And he's got a downfall for it anyway. One card in hand. I don't know if we know what that card is. That allows him to scry. He wanted that on top, though. That's fine. There's a Mortars. Not too shabby either. I do believe we shocked the Mystic, unfortunately. And there's a Xenagos. So I don't know if Quicken can actually even do anything here. Nope. That's game. Sideboard, though, negates, dissolves, the works. I don't know if Curse Quites come in. I don't think we need to worry about a Curse. Elixir's definitely going to come out. I do like the Hammer of Purphoros. Anger of the Gods hits a few relevant targets, but not to me. Mizzium Mortars is a much better card here. I do believe Shocks are fine, but the negates come in. Rapid Hybridization actually does come in as well. I guess Curse of the Swine does take care of the coursers, but I don't think it is good enough. Maybe Shocks aren't good. Here, I'm going to take the Shocks out. And actually, I don't know if I can take out Angers or not. I think Angers are actually decent. 2 of Angers is fine. And Ensoul Artifact does seem, well, just for the Abrupt Decay is the only thing. Maybe Ratchet Bomb. Ratchet Bomb can get up to 2 or 3 or 4. But I think the Ratchet Bomb still is kind of weak in this one. At this point, may also keep a 1 of Anger. We'll submit this. Alrighty, yes, we'd like to play first. Oh, yuck, 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 yuck. I don't think we can keep this hand. We have no blue. We have to mulligan this. It's not terrible, though. It's got Anger, though. If we draw into either a red or a blue source, we'll be fine. But we really have to hit into that blue source. I think we mulligan this. And this is much better. Still have that 1 of Anger of Gods. At least we don't have to see into 2. We have Divination Dissolve. This is actually a pretty good hand. So let's go ahead and throw out Island's fine. There's our other red source. Go ahead and chuck that out. So there's a Sylvan Carriage. If we could Anger here, but I think the right thing is just we will dissolve whatever he tries to put out. Or do we Divination here while we have the chance? I think can we get away with the Divination? What can he can put out next turn? He could put out a Xenagos and then I'd just be dead. So best case scenario is he drops a land and 2 more Caryatids. And then I can have some fun with an Anger. Mystic, that's something I can get some value out of. Now we can Ensoul Artifact next turn. So I think that still keeping up the Dissolve is the right move. He's going to want to go for like a Nissa this turn. Or like just a large Rakdos return. Or just attack in. He's just going to play the slow route. But he's not going to afford to do that much longer. There is Ornithopter. Ornithopter on an Ensoul Artifact is probably just as powerful. But I want to actually... No, it's actually worse because he does have stuff like Hero's Downfall. If I Ensoul on a Darksteel Citadel, I could attack in. Jeez, he's hurting on the lands. You know what I do here? I Anger. He missed a land drop. Okay. Okay. That works. That's actually really good. As that gives him regenerate. But I do believe now that I've spent my turn here, we do Ensoul on the Darksteel Citadel. Can't attack in, but it is what it is. He can actually resolve something here. I could have got baited out If a Nisa comes out, I could be in big trouble. And it looks like Nisa is coming out. Rakdos return for 3. Yeah, that hurts too. Still hurting on lands, though. We could Rapid Hybridization. Our own dude. Unless he coursers. We still have to worry about Abrupt Decays. They're great. It's going to be Xenagos. He's going to put out a dude. And not attack, and this is where we Rapid Hybridization. And this way he loses both his guys. Wish I would have used it. Whatever. We're going to go into Xenagos. I don't know if he can afford to lose his Caryatid here. Wow, he's gonna go for it. I don't know, that's pretty rough though, to lose another guy. He can put out another guy this turn and he's still got a top deck. Maybe into a land? I mean, there's a lot of stuff though that can deal. He's going to keep his guy alive one more time. I mean, there's a lot of things that actually deal with the Frog Lizard, though. Again, we'll go into Xenagos. See, he's got Abrupt Decay. Or Golgari Charm for the Ensoul Artifact. He does have the Abrupt Decay. He still has to lose a Satyr token here, though. So we'll Divination. Hopefully it finds us something. Finds us an island and a Negate, that's actually pretty powerful. But it's just a matter of time before he draws into the Courser, or even a Chandra doesn't work here. Just his hand must be packed full of playables as well. It's going to be a Reaper, and there's nothing I can do against that. That's actually very good. And he can safely attack in. Yeah, that hurts big time. Really can't do anything. Steam Vents is terrible. And I think I'm going to proceed to just die to Satyr tokens. He can actually use it for mana now. So Reaper was a great draw. But, yeah, I guess I had to go for the Anger. And Golgari Charm was just a blowout for regenerating his creatures. Again, getting a little bit on the flood side of, well, it is turn 7, but we have 7 lands. Do I care about a Frog Lizard? Does it? Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, I think we negate that. Because I need to keep those Satyrs at bay. So I don't get overrun with Satyrs. But, I mean, he can generate a gazillion mana with Xenagos. He has a Dreadbore again, though. So he was just waiting for that red source. No, because he had the Dreadbores probably in hand. But, I mean, that's 8. I'm down to 5 here? Yeah, this is going to be game unless I draw. Yep, something spectacular. Can't. Again, this deck just seems clunky. You know, I don't know. I don't know about it. It's just, I think this is just the icing on the cake here to make it seem like this deck is missing something. And maybe I've just had bad draws. Maybe I'm not playing it correctly, but it has a hard time doing anything after it wipes the board. It just relies so much on Ensoul Artifact, and I guess I'll talk more about it in the wrap-up video here. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.